Niners fans, it's about that time. 9 o'clock on the Monday night. Faithful Niner Empire. What's good? You know who it is. It's your boy, Jay in the Bay. I'm feeling real good tonight. It's a Monday night. I got the show on tonight, so I'm feeling real good tonight. Hopefully everyone is doing good on a Monday night. Everyone just got their work week started. Hopefully you guys have a productive week. Thanks for tuning in to your boy Jay in the Bay. And shout out to everyone watching Jay in the Bay Facebook page, Spotlight Sports Network Facebook page, and of course Jay in the Bay YouTube page. How is everyone doing on a Monday night? And it's always a pleasure to be on with the faithful, the Niner Empire. Some of the best fans, y'all know it, in the NFL. And of course, this show is nothing without the fans. And let's see who is in the chat tonight on a Monday night. All right, we got whose house? Rams house. What's good? Thanks for tuning in to the stream, Rams house. How's your night going? He says, how you doing, Jay? Hope your Monday is going well. Oh, it's going real good. It's going real good, Rams house. Getting ready to talk about some 49ers. I got the Ayuk show shirt on, so I'm doing real good. Rams house. Kais. What's good? Appreciate you joining the stream, man. Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully your Monday night is going well. Roberto, what's good? Appreciate you tuning in to the stream, Roberto. He says, get it, Jay. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. The 49ers Ultimate Report. What's good? Appreciate you joining the stream, 49ers Ultimate Report. Yeah, usually I don't do a show, at least I don't start a show at 9 p.m., so it is a little late. But I had some things on my mind that I had to get it off, and I'm glad you guys could be there with me. 49ers Ultimate Report says 9 p.m. show with Jay in the Bay. It's a late show. What's up, 49er Empire? Travis Berg Jr., what's good? Appreciate you tuning in to the stream, TB. Hopefully your Monday night is going well. He says, here watching, happy to see you. Hey, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate that, man. It's good to be seen, man. Good to be seen. Let's see. Corey Davis, what's good? Appreciate you joining the stream, KD. He says, hello, Jay in the Bay. All right. Corey says, whose house? 49ers house. That's right. Definitely right about that, man. Young Hitter, what's good? Appreciate you joining the stream, Young Hitter. Hopefully your Monday night is going well. He says, what's good, Jay in the Bay? It's all good on a Monday, man. Luke Luna is in the house. What's good? Appreciate you joining the stream, Luke. All right. So the first bit of news so far today is obviously we've got the Las Vegas Raiders preseason game, week 3, this Sunday in Santa Clara, home game for the 49ers, of course. And Kyle Shanahan reported, I believe yesterday, that the majority of the starters should play in week 3 of the preseason versus the Raiders. And the game will be used as a dress rehearsal game. So obviously the majority of the starters will be playing as long as they're healthy. So that means Fred Warner. I mean, selfishly, yeah, I would love to see the starters play, but we don't really need them to play. But, Fred Warner should be playing. George Kittle should be playing. We'll see about the status of Trent Williams. Last week, he sat out. He had to have his knee drained. So we'll see the status of Trent Williams as the week progresses. Monday today was an off day for the team. Tuesday was an off day. And then Wednesday, there will be a 49ers practice. But, we'll see. We'll see Kittle. We'll see Warner as long as the guys continue to stay healthy. What do you guys think about that? Do you think our starters should be playing in the preseason? Let me know in them comments. Let me know if you think the starters should be playing in the preseason. I want to see them just because, I want to see the best talent we have out there, but I understand those that, don't want to see them because we want to keep them, healthy as possible. And I respect that. Let's see. Young Hitter says, hope you're having a wonderful, blessed night, Jay. I appreciate that, Young Hitter. I hope the same for you as well, man. Hopefully you're having a great start to your week. Hopefully you have a productive week. And thanks for tuning in to the stream, man. I appreciate your support. Corey Davis, have you cut anyone yet? I haven't seen in any roster moves as of late. But cut down day, great that you mentioned that, KD. Cut down day is tomorrow for all NFL teams. Right now, the rosters are at 85, and we have to reduce the roster to 80 players. So we'll see. And to be totally honest, I don't know the exact roster number right now. I don't know if we're at 85. We could be at 83, 82. I'm not sure. We've had a few injuries recently, so but I'm sure there will be some cuts announced tomorrow for sure. But great question, KD. Where you hiding? What's good? Appreciate you joining the stream. Where you hiding? He says, I hope both of your two quarterbacks throw for twice the yards and TDs as Carson Wentz, Gingivitis, Chandler Wentz, etc. I hope we do. I hope we do as well. Where you hiding? I appreciate you tuning into the stream, man. Hopefully your night is going well. Luke Luna says, some of them, yeah, not Trent Williams or D Ford. Yeah, no, great point. I would be surprised if D Ford or Nick Bosa play in the preseason. I don't think they will. Fred Warner is expected to play. Jason Verrett did not play in yesterday's game, but we'll see if he'll play in Sunday's game against the Raiders. Jimmy Ward did not play yesterday. We'll see if he'll play this Sunday against the Raiders. We'll see. Travis Berg says they should play the last week of preseason for a few reps. I agree. I think they should, I think it's good that the veterans come in, for a few series. Obviously, it's good for the fans to see the best players on the team play right before, week 1 against Detroit. But I understand, why we wouldn't. But if the players are healthy, I say why not play them, a few series. Thin Blue Line, what's good? Appreciate you coming through to the stream, Thin Blue Line. He says, what's good? I hope Lance will shine again against the Raiders. Yeah, I hope so too. I'm hoping that the Raiders will play their number ones on offense and defense in this preseason game. That way we can see a full comprehensive picture of Trey Lance and Jimmy G, because it's kind of hard to evaluate the players when they're not playing against players that are going to play significant snaps on Sunday. So sometimes it's kind of hard to evaluate. William Dudley, what's good? Appreciate you coming through to the stream, William. And for everyone that's in the stream, if you're enjoying the stream as we talk about the faithful, the Niner Empire, go ahead and leave a thumbs up for the stream. Let YouTube and I know that you're enjoying the stream. Also, hit that subscribe button as well if you haven't subscribed. William says, me personally, I say let them knock a little rust off, but I wouldn't keep them out on the field long. Yeah, exactly. Maybe give them 2 series. As William said, knock the rust off. I definitely agree with that. Thin Blue Line says, I do know we have cut a quarterback. Yes. Yeah, we cut Rosen. We cut a few defensive linemen, but that was last week. Tomorrow, we're going to have to cut a few more players in order to get at that 80-man roster threshold by Tuesday. I think it's 1 p.m. Pacific time. So let's see. Where you hiding says, you excited for week 2? Absolutely. We're gonna fly into Philadelphia, beat the brakes off them good old Philadelphia Eagles. It should be a good game. I definitely think for the 49ers. I think we are the better team on paper than the Eagles. The season will still be early, so I know the Niners players will treat this game with respect to the team and not lay down and not think, oh, all we have to do is just show up on the field and we can beat the Eagles. But I think we should start off the season 2-0. We'll beat Detroit and then we'll beat Philly. I'm sure you might feel another way, and I respect that. But yeah, I just think we're the better team against the Eagles, and we'll see come week 2. I'm excited for it. Luke Luna, I definitely want Jimmy G playing his 30 snaps so he can warm up too. Yeah, I agree, man. I mean, I think, Jimmy should play. I don't understand. I know we know what we can get from Jimmy. I know that. And I know Shanahan has seen Jimmy, at least 32 games. So he knows what he gets from Jimmy. But Jimmy he's played limited games since last year due to the injury. So Jimmy needs time to warm up, to knock the rust off. And he's only basically played 2 series in the preseason, I believe. So correct me if I'm wrong, but his series has been very limited in the preseason. He needs a chance to knock that rust off, maybe to gain a little bit more confidence, because Trey Lance has thrown, I think, at least 30 passes or something like that in the preseason. So Trey Lance definitely is getting a great look, and as he should. But I think Jimmy should get some more playing time with that first team. William Dudley says Lance just needs more playing time. He's still a little rusty, but he's shown major improvement. Yeah, I'm very excited to see Trey Lance. I think we're definitely the franchise is definitely in good hands at the QB1 position. Trey Lance has obviously looked good in camp. He's looked good in preseason at times. Like he makes that spectacular play, Trey Lance does, and it's very exciting to see. It's something that we haven't really had at the QB1 position in a while. Kaepernick was great, even though they talk about his accuracy or, he doesn't have a touch on the ball as far as Kaepernick, but he made those exciting plays. And that's something that I think fans want to see. Fans want to see the exciting play, that the deep 80, 60-yard pass to a receiver. They want their quarterback to have fantasy numbers and all that stuff. But, I don't care really about that. All I care is wins and losses. Whichever quarterback Shanahan selects for week 1 or week 2, week 8, whatever, that's the quarterback that's going to put the Niners in the best position to win. And that's what gets me excited is wins. Yeah, it's nice to see a quarterback, throw deep passes and whatever. But if it's not there, it's not there. And, I'm more concerned about wins than just numbers for me. What's your story? What's good? Appreciate you coming through to the stream, man. How's your Monday night going? He says, yo. Let's see. Poppy Pablo Triple X. What's good? Appreciate you coming through to the stream, man, on a Monday night. He says Trey Lance starting week 1, Niners. We'll see what comes to fruition. I definitely, it's funny because Shanahan pretty much at the beginning, since mini camp, since training camp, and since the first 2 weeks, or I guess the first week of preseason, Shanahan was saying, well, there is no quarterback competition. Jimmy G is the starter. Now he's saying that, well, I don't know who the starter will be. Is that true? Does Shanahan really not know who the starter will be, or he's just making the Detroit Lions have to prepare for both quarterbacks? Now the Detroit Lions have to prepare for either Jimmy G or Trey Lance. Obviously, those two quarterbacks bring different dynamics to the quarterback position. So, this could be just mind games by Shanahan. I would be surprised if Shanahan does not feel the gap has closed between Jimmy G and Trey. It would be hard not to say that, okay, at mini camp, let's say the gap was, Jimmy's at a 90 and Trey's at a 40. And now after training camp, preseason, the practices we've seen, that gap has to be closer as far as who Shanahan wants to see a starting quarterback. Just based on what we've seen, obviously Trey Lance has had a lot more snaps in the preseason. We've seen Trey Lance more. We've seen Trey Lance, he's run out the pocket. We've seen him, make the exciting throw, but we've also seen him make some mistakes and hold on to the ball too long. But he's a rookie quarterback, and we expect him to make those mistakes. But I think Shanahan knows who he wants to start at quarterback, but he just hasn't. There's no need for him to say. It doesn't benefit him now to say, who's the quarterback. So what's your story? Says Travis sent me here. I appreciate you coming through, man. And shout out to you, Travis. I appreciate that. Hopefully you enjoy the stream. Let's see. Where are you hiding? He appreciated that comment when I said the 49ers about to beat the brakes off them good old Philadelphia Eagles. Young Hitter says, what's your score prediction versus the Raiders? Let's see. I mean, the score now in this game, since, the ones are playing against each other, probably we don't know how many series or how many quarters. Obviously it's a preseason game. It doesn't really matter the outcome. But I think we should score. Hopefully we score at least 3 touchdowns. So maybe it'll be like, 21-14, 21-17 49ers. That would be nice if we get in the end zone a few times. Tommy Huxley, what's good? Appreciate you coming through to the stream, Tommy. How's your Monday night going? William Dudley says, oh, yeah, and Tommy said the Eagles are going to lose. I agree. William Dudley gives his prediction of the Raiders and 49ers game. He's got the Niners winning 23-13. All right, I can see that. Poppy Pablo Triple X, tell me how you really feel, man. He says Jimmy G is garbage. 3 of 6, 15 yards, 1 INT. Hot diggity dog. Well, I would say to that, just like any athlete, any position, sometimes it takes time to warm up, at anything you do. Sometimes you can't just jump right in and be, near perfect. Now, what I would say is obviously that INT, some people say that the throw was high, which yes, it was high. But if you're a professional wide receiver, you're the top 1% in your field. The ball's not going to be delivered perfect every time. So every time the ball is high, you might as well not even attempt to catch it. I mean, obviously the wide receiver coach, Shanahan, is not going to tell their wide receivers to do that. Where I'm from, if you're able to get your hands on the ball, you got to catch it, baby. You got to catch it. The IU show or whoever it is, Debo, Sanu, Sherfield, Simba Webster, whoever the wide receivers are, and this goes for any NFL team, you get both hands on the ball, you're expected to catch it, whether it's low, whether it's high, whether it's in your chest. I mean, it doesn't matter. So the interception, yeah, some people say it was Jimmy G. Some people say the receiver. I say it's both. But as a receiver, you got to catch. If you're able to get your 2 hands on the ball, you got to catch it. And I want to see Jimmy play more snaps in the preseason. Let's be real. Jimmy had a short season last year. I think he played, like 6 or 7 games, if that. It's been a while since he's played against actual competition from other defenses that are trying to, tackle him, that are trying to bring him to the ground. He's basically had 2 series in the preseason. And these aren't excuses for Jimmy G. These are just facts. He needs to knock that rust off. And granted, we have seen more of Trey Lance. Trey Lance has looked better, but he's made some mistakes as well. But I respect your opinion, Poppy Pablo, but there's a reason why Jimmy G is still on the team. There's definitely a reason why Jimmy is still on the team. And Shanahan sees value in Jimmy, and that's why I think he's still on the team, and I see value in Jimmy as well. 49ers Ultimate Report says Super Bowl champion wide receiver Mike Schumann believes starters need playing time to play in the preseason. I agree. I mean, you got to get it goes unsaid. You got to have rhythm. The wide receivers and quarterback, they work off it's timing, it's rhythm, the routes they run. And I think, the routes you run in practice and in the game, yeah, they look similar, but when adrenaline is going, that type of adrenaline can't be replicated in practice. Once the players get on the field, you saw Trey Lance in the beginning. Trey Lance in yesterday's game, he looked a little rattled. He looked a little hyped up. That's why the balls were coming out high, because, he's excited. You can't replicate that in practice in an NFL game. So I agree with wide receiver Mike Schumann. Starters need playing time in the preseason, especially guys who, this isn't, obviously we're not talking about Aaron Rodgers. We're not talking about a Tom Brady, or we're not talking about, elite running backs, So I think Jimmy needs more time out there. Then Blue Line says with us being healthy and less injuries, we'll have that 6th ring. Eagles only got 1 at where you hiding. Yeah. I would agree. I think we have a good shot to contend in the NFC West and possibly get to the Super Bowl. Alejandro, what's good? Appreciate you joining the stream, Alejandro. He says, we need to see how Michael plays. Michael, which Michael are you referring to? Let me know, Alejandro, in them comments. Which Michael are you referring to? Let's see. Let's continue on with these comments. Where you hiding says at them Blue Line, we shall see. LOL. That's like Alejandro has the 49ers winning 17-0. Now, is that this week against them good old Las Vegas Raiders? Let me know. Rams House says, can't wait for September 12th. SoFi Stadium, Sunday night football, prime time. That's going to be an excellent game. LA Rams open up the crib against some good old Chi-Town Bears. Yeah, that's going to be an exciting game. I can't wait for that. Hopefully the Bears win that game in SoFi Stadium. Let's see. Luke Luna says stat line would look different if Jimmy played a half because if Trey only got 1 series, his wouldn't be any better. It ended in INT as well and didn't look comfortable, and this is preseason. That's a great point, Luke, because Trey was able to, start a series. He made some mistakes, and he showed great poise. He was able to come back. For instance, at the end of the first half, that 6-play, 75-yard drive, he was given another opportunity to do that. Jimmy, unfortunately, he's only been given 1 series in each game. You just expect him to come in and light it up. Like it doesn't always work like that. And Trey was given an opportunity to have multiple snaps, which he deserves. He should get multiple snaps. I think Jimmy should at least get a quarter. I don't know why Shanahan doesn't feel that way. Maybe it's risk of injury, whatever, but Jimmy G's has to knock off the rust as well. It's not like he played every game last year, but I agree with you, Luke. I agree with you. 49ers fan 21. What's good? Appreciate you coming through to the stream, man. Hopefully your Monday night is going well. He says, what's up, Jay? It's going pretty good because I'm talking to the faithful, to the Niner Empire. And I appreciate you coming through to the stream, man. Make sure you hit that like button. Feel free to subscribe, man. Let's see. Where you hiding? It says 49ers front 4 on D is so lethal. Their front 4 is as good as our Eagles for real. I would agree. The Eagles have a pretty good front 4. And, I believe the, games are won and lost in the trenches, with that offensive line, that defensive line. If you can't block, your quarterback's going to get killed like Pat Mahomes last year in the Super Bowl. And then if you can't get to the passer, kind of like how Tom Brady looked pretty good in the Super Bowl, he didn't have much pressure on him. The quarterback would just eat you up. So I think that's what's going to happen. I think that's going to be the most significant part of our defense this year. It's got to be that front 4. It's got to be that defensive line. We got to get pressure on the QB. 49ers fan 21, he gives us his prediction of the 49ers and Raiders game this week. He says we're going to beat the Raiders 49-0. Wow. That would be amazing if that came to fruition, but we'll see what happens, man. Coach Dante, what's good? Appreciate you coming through to the stream, Coach Dante. And welcome, Coach Dante, to the Spotlight Sports Network's family. I appreciate you, joining the team, and much success in your way, man, in your future as well. He says, "What up, Jay, my boy? Thanks for tuning in, man." Let's see. Young Hitter says, I want to see more touchdowns. Absolutely. I want to see Jimmy G throw a touchdown pass. I don't think that's too much to ask. Hopefully Jimmy G can get a few series in this game. But it'll be intriguing to see what Shanahan does because the series from Jimmy G to Trey Lance, there's really no comparison. I mean, Jimmy's played minimal, and Trey Lance has gotten a lot of reps, which I like that Trey Lance is getting a lot of reps, but give some reps to Jimmy too. Tommy Huxley says the IQ show is not impressive in preseason. 2 drops, unacceptable. I totally agree with that. Hopefully the drops for Ayuk does not linger in the regular season. We definitely can't see that because Ayuk, I believe he's the best wide receiver on the team. 49ers Ultimate Report says Beast Rider on his live stream disagrees. Jimmy G made a bad decision on the INT. Yeah, I would have to look at the replay. I guess it's easy to say that now, but if Jimmy G would have threw a more accurate pass and Ayuk came down with the catch, hey, that could have been a first down. The chains are continuing to move. Jimmy G and the 49ers offense is still on the field. So, I respect the Beast Rider's opinion, but we'll see what happens. I respect his opinion, and we'll see. Hopefully Jimmy G can have a touchdown drive this Sunday against the Raiders. I definitely want to see that. Hopefully he can have a few series where he's able to dissect the Raiders defense. Luke Luna says, in the end, imagine elite defense, game planning, how to blitz Trey. We see how frantic he looks under the blitz with second-team defense with no schemes. Kyle knows that Trey would have trouble in the regular season. So that's a good point that I don't hear many people mention, is that Trey, he is playing, against majority of the second-team defense. He has played snaps against the first-team defense. He does like to hold on to the ball. And it's the double-edged sword with Trey. I love to see the big play, but when the big play isn't there, you got to get rid of the ball. This isn't North Dakota State anymore. You can't hold on to the ball for about 6 to 8 seconds. You just can't do that. So if the big play isn't there downfield, you gotta check it down to your running back or your tight end or your receiver, who whichever player is within 5 to 10 yards of the line of scrimmage. That's what you have to do. But he's a rookie, and those are mistakes that I expect rookies to make. And Jimmy, he is steady. Many people say, hey, he doesn't throw the ball downfield enough for them, and I respect their opinion. But if it's not there, it's not there. And he's more likely to check it down. But I'm more about wins than numbers. I want to see the team win. And, checking the ball downfield does not necessarily mean you're going to win the game. And Shanahan, what does he like to do? Shanahan likes to control the time of possession. And how do you do that? How do you control the time of possession? By running the ball. Shanahan wants to run the ball about 30, 35 times a game. And I think he can accomplish that with Jimmy G under center. And I think Jimmy G is solid for this offense. And we'll see what Shanahan decides come week 1. 49ers fan 21 says Jimmy will be gone by the trade deadline, bro. That's an interesting concept. Now, do you think Jimmy G will be cut, or do you think he'll be traded? Let me know in them comments. Let me know what you think about that. Will Jimmy G be cut or traded by the trade deadline? Let's see. I gotta keep up with these comments. I appreciate everyone conversing with me in the chat. Rams House says, I like the way my Rams look at preseason as far as resting starters. It gets me worried if they play in preseason. I definitely understand that, but I don't want the players to be rusty. And, of course, you want them to be healthy. I don't know if you can have it both ways. Maybe they play 1 or 2 series, and that's what I'm hoping the Niners do. Tommy Huxley says the Bears will be winning week 1. Rams House says, oh, gosh, we will see, Tommy. I'm definitely excited for that game. Sunday Night Football time. I can't wait for that. Let's see. 49er fans 21 says, I got my tickets for the Halloween game in Chi-Town. That's going to be a good game to go to. Make sure you dress warm. It's going to be cold in October in Chi-Town. Rams House says, with Fields, I can see the Bears winning. Not Dalton, though. Yeah, I don't know. Can Dalton, Rams got a good defense. I don't know if Dalton can expose them. I'm not sure. Oh, Alejandro says Mitchell, how play? Yeah, unfortunately, Elijah Mitchell, the running back we drafted this year's draft, 7th round, he's dealing with a hip issue, and he's going to be out multiple weeks. It'll be interesting to see if he starts the season on the 53-man active roster, if he's healthy, or will he be put on the PUP list and that would mean that he will be out for the first 6 weeks of the regular season. I liked Elijah Mitchell. I still like Elijah Mitchell. I thought he could definitely contribute on special teams and also on offensive snaps. But it's unfortunate he sustained that hip injury. Hopefully we get an update on him this week. Tommy Huxley says Rams house, definitely the Rams will destroy Dalton. I forgot he was starting. Yeah. Luke Luna says to who's taking Jimmy right now? LOL, there is no trade partners right now. Jimmy will get his value up and teams will know what they need next year after watching this year. I would agree with that. And right now, Jimmy G's trade value is probably at its lowest. He's coming off of an injury-riddled season. I believe he had 7 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Yeah, I don't think the Niners would trade Jimmy for anything less than a first-round pick. I mean, why? I just don't see it unless Trey is lighting the world on fire. Let's say Jimmy, but I don't think Jimmy is going to get benched if he's playing well. So I just don't see the Niners trading him. I just don't see. I see if Jimmy is healthy, he's playing well, the team is winning. I just don't see why you would need to make a change at the quarterback position. I just don't see it. But we'll see what Shanahan feels, man. We'll see. J.A. Aguayo 56. What's good? Appreciate you coming through to the stream, man. How's your Monday night going? He says, hey, Jay in the Bay, how are you tonight? Faithful, any news on how we came out of the game as far as injuries? Now, that's a great question. I definitely was going to talk about that. I guess I'll get into that right now. So let's see. So we signed, everyone heard, we signed linebacker, veteran, Michael Kendricks, formerly of he played for the Seahawks, and I think he played for the Browns. He's played for a few teams in the NFL. He's like a 9-year vet. So I didn't realize this, but Michael Kendricks did play in the preseason game yesterday. He played literally 1 snap. I repeat, linebacker Michael Kendricks, who we just signed this week, like 4 or 5 days ago. He played 1 snap on special teams, and he got injured from that 1 snap in special teams, and now he has turf toe. And turf toe is a terrible injury. I just don't get it. What is going on, Faithful? How could the man play 1 snap on special teams, get hurt? He's got turf toe, and Michael Kendricks is expected to be out for at least a month. So that's very unfortunate. So I wouldn't be surprised if the 49ers either add another linebacker maybe after tomorrow's cut down day, or there could be another linebacker who could be on the bubble that makes the roster, because Kendricks, I would be surprised if Kendricks is ready for week 1. He might start the year off on the PUP list, but that's very unfortunate. Just signed him and then he gets hurt. That's crazy. Also, Maurice Hurst, the big interior defensive lineman, has a high ankle sprain. Kyle Shanahan said that he will be evaluated week to week, but most likely he's going to be out a month. Also, Cinio Clemente, the interior offensive lineman, he played in yesterday's in game, and Maurice Hurst did as well. And the interior offensive lineman, Clemente, has a back injury, and he's listed as day-to-day. So we'll see how that shapes out. He was working with the second-team offensive line. Cornerback Alex Myers is no longer in the concussion protocol, so that's good news. So those are the most recent injuries. 49ers Ultimate Report. What's good? I appreciate that $2 super chat, man. And I appreciate you supporting Jay in the Bay YouTube channel. Shout out to you, 49ers Ultimate Report. 49ers Ultimate Report, I believe he's at least 878 subscribers. So if you haven't heard of 49ers Ultimate Report, make sure you go check him out. Excellent 49er content creator. He's almost at 1K. Hopefully he gets it, before the start of the 49er season. So in about, 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks. So check out 49ers Ultimate Report if you haven't. He says, don't forget to donate to Jay in the Bay Niners. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. Blue True, what's good? Appreciate you joining the stream, Blue True. I appreciate that $10 sticker. Thank you for continuing to support the Jay in the Bay YouTube channel. Shout out to you, Blue True. I appreciate that. And let's continue on with these comments. Let's see, where did I leave off at? Okay. Let's see. Corey Davis, are you doing a live with a YouTuber? Yes, I will be doing a live with a YouTuber. It'll be a 49er YouTuber, I believe, on Thursday. I'm trying to do a live with the Raiders YouTuber because we're obviously playing the Raiders this week. But my schedule is limited, unfortunately, and fortunately. My days as far as being able to do live streams, I can't do them as much. Very unfortunate, but hopefully I can get a YouTuber that talks about the Raiders, and then we can discuss the Raiders offseason, draft, all that good stuff, and how they think their team will do this year. But there will be a live stream Thursday night with the 49er YouTuber. We'll talk about the Raiders. Let's see. Coach Dante says, I got the 49ers making a wild card. If the 49ers don't get injured, they are a potential playoff team. It was good, my boy Jay. Absolutely, yeah. I can definitely see that. If we don't win the NFC West, I can definitely see us getting the wild card spot. Luke Luna says, more like Sudfield will be to the practice squad and we keep 2 quarterbacks because it will be enough. Even if Jimmy gets hurt, we won't need anything there but Lance and bring Sudfield to the squad. That's an excellent point, Luke Luna. So if we only keep 2 quarterbacks on the 53-man active roster, and I have heard this idea of being floated around, so who do you think is the extra player that we use, and at what position? Would it be, defensive line? Will it be having another corner? Will it be having another wide receiver? Because I think Shanahan, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe Shanahan has kept always 3 quarterbacks on the roster, on the active 53-man roster. So correct me if I'm wrong. But, yeah, who do you think that extra player, that extra spot will be used for? What position? Fly Productions. What's good? Appreciate you joining the stream, Fly. He says, yeah, 49ers making the playoffs with everyone healthy. I would agree with that. Rams House says, very excited I can go to the Rams versus Broncos this weekend. Pump. Nice. And I'm assuming that game in Denver. Let me know, Rams House, in them comments. I think that game's going to be in Denver. Let me know. Fly Production says it wasn't Jimmy's fault. He threw the pick. Ayuk just didn't interpret the pass properly. Yeah, and I think it's a little bit on both. Jimmy threw it a little high, but Ayuk is a professional receiver. He's in the top 1% in his field. He's got to come down with that catch because not every pass is going to be perfect. Coach Dante says Jimmy G is going to be traded at the deadline right now. He's playing for value. And if so, Jimmy G, let's say the trade deadline is week 7. Let's say Jimmy G is balling out. Let's say through the first 6 weeks, the team is 5-1. Jimmy's got 10 touchdowns, 1 interception, 2 INTs, whatever. Why would the 49ers trade him? Unless a team offered, like a first-round pick or multiple first-round picks, we might as well keep the hot hand faithful. And which team would want to trade for Jimmy G by the trade deadline? Let me know, Coach Dante, in them comments. Tommy Huxley says Mitchell won't start the season. Yeah, it's looking – a hip injury, that's definitely nothing nice. It's looking more like he'll start on the PUP list, give him time to, get healthy, and then he'll have fresh legs come week 7. So that means our starting running backs, if we don't sign anyone else, Jeff Wilson Jr. is already out. Elijah Mitchell's already out. Trey Sermon, I think he's dealing with an ankle injury, I believe. I'm not sure his status this week. I guess we'll see what happens in practice. So we have Mostert, Sermon, and Jermichael Hasty. Oh, and Wayne Gallman. So still got 4 backs. Tommy Huxley says Jimmy G is staying all season. I would agree with that. J.A. Aguayo says, I thought overall Jalen Moore played pretty good. What did you think? I think he played pretty well as well as a rookie. And he was drafted as an interior offensive lineman at the guard position. And the 49ers have been playing him at the left tackle position because Trent Williams, hasn't played he didn't play the last game. And even Kyle Shanahan mentioned that Jalen Moore is playing well. And, he usually his position is at guard, but they're kind of stacked at guard and they need someone at the left tackle position. And Jalen Moore is there and he's playing pretty well. So I think that's good. That was an excellent 5th round pick by John Lynch. Let's see. Fly Production says Trey Lance will probably play some snaps. I would agree. Yeah, I think he will play some snaps in the preseason. I would agree with that. 49ers fan 21 says, I could see Jimmy going to any team who may have a quarterback injury early in the season, and after giving up so much to move up for Trey, we will need the picks next April. That's true, but what if Jimmy G balls out? What if Jimmy G balls out this season? He plays all 17 games. Let's say he has 26 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. And then we could trade Jimmy for whatever we want in the offseason. That sounds like a wonderful idea to me. 49ers fan 21. 49ers Ultimate Report. I appreciate the $5 super chat, brother. I appreciate that. He says if Jimmy starts and plays great by the trade deadline, he won't be traded. Also, Kyle keeps 3 quarterbacks going back since 06. Facts. And I was thinking that he usually likes to keep 3 quarterbacks. And I appreciate that super chat. Thanks for supporting Jay in the Bay. And I agree. If Jimmy starts and plays great, I would be shocked if he gets traded at the deadline. I just can't see it. Let's see. Let's continue on with these comments. And 49ers Ultimate Report says turf toe is no joke. Yeah, Jaquiski Tartt has the turf toe. He's on the PUP list. He'll be out the first 6 weeks of the season. And now Michael Kendricks, the linebacker we just signed literally this week, he played 1 snap on special teams, and now he has turf toe. So not expecting him to be ready by week 1. Fly Productions, I think Jimmy needs to go. What? So Fly Productions, why do you think Shanahan still has Jimmy on the roster? The 49ers could have cut Jimmy in February, in March, in April. Why is Jimmy still on the team? He must have some value that Shanahan sees. I mean, what value could that be? I mean, he has been to the Super Bowl in a 49er uniform. I know he wasn't Joe Montana, he wasn't Dan Marino, Tom Brady, but he was the quarterback when we went to the Super Bowl. That could be something. I feel that Shanahan sees value in Jimmy G. If he didn't see value in Jimmy G with this team, he would have been cut. The 49ers, Jimmy G is owed about 50 plus million, 55, 56 plus million over the next 2 years of his contract. The Niners don't have to pay any of that. They cut Jimmy today, tomorrow. They would only owe Jimmy $2 million. And with that money, hey, the Niners could have brought in, Fitzmagic, Tyrod Taylor, Andy Dalton, but they didn't. That's another great question. Why did the Niners bring in another quarterback like that, like a bridge quarterback, and then cut Jimmy? They could have saved $25, $26 million this year on the cap. But they decided not to do that. And I think because there's value in Jimmy to this team. And I know some people are tired of Jimmy. They want to see Trey look to the right and look to the left. And I think we will see that. Trey will be sprinkled in just a skosh in the regular season. But I think there's a reason why Jimmy's still on his team. He's got incredible value, and Shanahan sees that. Corey Davis, can anyone name rookie quarterback took the team to the Super Bowl and won it? Nope. It's never been done before. It's never been done before. But great question, KD. And 49ers fan 21 says none. Rams House says Bryce Perkins has been playing really well with my Rams in preseason. I can see the Seahawks signing him. Heck of a player. What position does he play? I've never heard of him. Oh, it's like Rams House says he is our QB. Hey, that's good to hear, man. Rams House says someone donated $200 on my watch party live a few days ago. Hot diggity dog, man. That's dope, man. That super chat is definitely paying off for you, Rams House. That's pretty dope. J.A. Guayo 56. We seem to have some better depth at linebacker with Hilliard and Flanagan Fowles. Yep, we do have depth at that linebacker position. It'll be interesting to see how many linebackers we keep. In addition to Hilliard and Flanagan Fowles, there's also Al Shahir, and I think he's injured, and he's being reevaluated weekly. Let's see. Luke Luna, in response to Tommy, he says, absolutely, Jimmy is staying. It's a two-man show all year for the 49ers. All right. And 49ers Ultimate Report says, true facts, Kyle keeps 3 quarterbacks. Yep. Luke Luna says, watch Kyle do it to be able to keep Hurd. LOL. That's funny. Yeah, I don't think I'd be surprised if the 49ers keep Jalen Hurd and Richie James. I just don't see it. I would be surprised if any one of them make the roster, but they're using Richie James in special teams like he is the best kick returner that we have. I think he was on punt return as well, I think, but he's on the starting unit. Richie James is, so he does have value to the team, but I think the best wide receivers are Ayuk, Debo, I think Sanu, Sherfield, Jennings, and it sucks that Jennings didn't play in that preseason game yesterday. I think Jennings has a heel injury, and we'll see if he's able to practice this week. Then I think it's probably Travis Benjamin looks solid. What do you guys think about Travis Benjamin? I think he looks solid. We hadn't really seen him last year because he opted out due to COVID, which is definitely understandable. But Travis Benjamin has a shot to make this roster. We'll see. Rams House says it's in Denver. Wish it was at SoFi, but at least it's close by, man. Make sure you're able to see your team, though. That's for sure. Luke Luna says I do think somehow, some way, Kyle finds a way to keep Hurd. He loves Jalen Hurd, but hey, man, he was a 3rd round pick, Luke. You don't just cut 3rd round picks. But if Hurd doesn't practice, how can you justify keeping him? I mean, really, if he can't practice on multiple days in a row, how can you justify keeping him? I don't understand it. Unless you put him on the PUP list. I don't know how many players you can put on the PUP list, but he suffered the torn ACL last year. Usually it takes a full year to recover. Some guys sooner, and some guys it takes a little bit longer. Maybe that's what the Niners do. They put him on the PUP list. Luke Luna says Rams House, Denver about to bully you guys. You will see it live. I see Coach Dante is absolutely right about Jimmy G. They don't want over $20 million on the bench. That's true. And that's why I think that's part of the reason Jimmy G will continue to start. I mean, it shouldn't be the money, but I just think if Jimmy's playing well, I just don't feel there's no need to bench him. If he's playing well, why change? Why fix it if it ain't broken? J.A. says if Jimmy is traded and God forbid trades go down, there goes the season. You're absolutely right about that. Because I don't know how many believers of Nate Sudfeld there are, but I don't know what he has what he's done. I haven't seen much from him in preseason that would lead me to believe, oh yeah, he could take significant snaps and we'll be all right. Now, Kyle Shanahan did praise Trey Lance on his footwork, on his fundamentals, and he took well to coaching. This is what Kyle Shanahan said in regards to the last preseason game. Now, this is definitely good to hear. We can definitely see why Trey Lance was picked with the number 3 overall selection, and I think this franchise is in good hands for years to come with Trey under center. And I'm happy and I'm eager to continue to see Trey Lance progress and get better at playing the quarterback position. And I'm definitely excited about that. Kyle Shanahan also praised Talanoa Hufanga. He actually praised Hufanga and more 2 5th-round picks. Hufanga, when I watch Hufanga, he's always around the ball. I mean, he's a tackling machine. I think he'll make more of a difference on special teams this year because I think at safety we're kind of not log jammed, but Clinton Dix, he looks solid in preseason. Tavon Wilson, I don't think he played. Tavon Wilson played in yesterday's game. I don't think so. So, we got Jimmy, we got Tavon Wilson, we got Clinton Dix, and then you got Talanoa Hufanga. So I think Hufanga will make more of a difference on special teams this year. But I'm sure he'll get sprinkled into the first-string defense, I'm sure. And he's looked solid, while he's out there. And also Jalen Moore, who's been filling in at the offensive tackle position since Trent Williams hasn't played last week. He's looked good in that position. And that was, those are great 5th-round picks by John Lynch. 49ers next practice is Wednesday. Just want to reiterate that. What are you guys' thoughts on Robbie Gold? What are your thoughts about Robbie Gold? Are you concerned about the kicker Robbie Gold? I mean, looking at his contract, you guys know how much Robbie Gold makes per year? So Robbie Gold, so he only makes, I mean, his salary is 1.1, but his dead cap hit is $8 million. Wow. So he's making a lot of money for a kicker. And he's 39 years old. I don't think he's in his prime anymore. I don't think so. But he missed a kick in preseason. That's kind of concerning. What are you guys' thoughts on Robbie Gold? When you look at his kicking percentage over the last few years, in 2020, he was 19 of 23 kicking field goals, which, hey, that's pretty good. 2019, he was, 23 of 31. That's concerning. And past 50 yards, the last 2 years, he is basically 2 of 8 kicking from the 50-yard out. And that's where the kickers make their money. What can you do once you get past that, kicking plus 50 plus yards? And he's only 2 of 8 over the last 2 years when he kicks, 50 plus yard kicks. So that's concerning. But the Niners paid him handsomely, and he deserves it. But hopefully him missing that kick in preseason. I don't even think that was a long kick in preseason. I don't think that was a 50 plus yarder in preseason. So special teams, that could be a concern for the Niners. Let's see. Let's continue on with the comments. Luke Luna says, that's the thing. He won't be on the bench. See, now you're starting to get it. Why would they do that? Jimmy is here, so Jimmy is the starter. I think Jimmy will be the starter until he falls flat on his face, the team is losing, and he's turning over the ball. I think that's when he will not be the starter anymore. Rams House says, Luke Luna, I don't care about wins or losses in preseason. Just happy to go to my first game. Enjoy your first game, man. You should vlog that. You should vlog, going to the Denver Broncos stadium, checking out your team, take a bunch of pictures, check out the team store, man. You should do all that, man. Make sure you vlog it. You don't necessarily have to put that on the web if you don't want on your channel. I think people will watch it though, but you could just keep it for yourself, just as memories, man. Let's see. Corey Davis with that $5 super chat. I appreciate that, Corey Davis, man. Thanks for tuning in, and I appreciate that super chat. KD says, I think the release of Josh Rosen tells us who's starting week 1. If they were planning to trade Jimmy G, they would have kept Josh Rosen. That's an interesting point. I could see that, because then you would need 3 quarterbacks, I think. I don't think you would trade Jimmy and only keep Trey Lance and Sudfeld. I don't think you would do that. No, I definitely don't think you would do that. That's an astute point, KD. Luke Luna says, you know it, and well said, Corey. Absolutely. That's a good point, KD. I appreciate your contributions to the show. Let's see. Let's get back on with these comments. Luke says, rules are meant to be broken, or in this case, bent. If you have 2 quarterbacks active and 1 on the practice squad, you still have 3 technically. Sudfeld doesn't need to be active. That's a good point. Yeah, up on game day, you might not need to have 3 quarterbacks, but if 2 quarterbacks get hurt, who's going to be the emergency quarterback? So that could be an issue that Shanahan may want to avoid by having 3 quarterbacks up on the active roster on game day, so that way they don't have to use an emergency quarterback if the first 2, get hurt. Blue True says, Shanahan said he has 3 quarterbacks ready to start. Just heard it on the news. All right. Yeah, and I think Shanahan will keep 3 quarterbacks on the 53-man active roster. I think so. J. Aguayo says, it's too late to get rid of Jimmy G. All the best guards/centers that we could have gotten are gone. That's another great point, J. Aguayo. If we do trade Jimmy G, who are we going to get? Who can we trade for? Who's still out there that's a current free agent that could help this team as a starter? I just don't see, Now, if the 49ers had done this in February or March, and then we traded for a top and tier offensive lineman, or then we traded for a top wide receiver, then yeah, I'll be on board with you. But at this point in the season, I think we riding with Jimmy G. I appreciate you coming through to the stream, Tom A. He says, I'm out. Got to get up at 4 a.m. Hashtag Chef Life. Man, you have a productive day tomorrow, man. Thanks for tuning in to the stream. J.A. Guayo says, our best bet is to have Jimmy G ball out and get a higher draft pick. Great minds think alike, man. That's what we're hoping for. Luke Luna says, Rams house, I feel you. That would be cool. Blue Truth says, peace out, Tom A. Rams house says, Jay, if you had the ability to obtain any player in the NFL for free, who would you acquire? My first thought is, I think it'd be Pat Mahomes. I think he's the best quarterback in the NFL. Probably the best player in the NFL right now. My pick would be Pat Mahomes. Who would you pick, Rams house? Let me know in them comments. Luke Luna, in response to J.A. Guayo, says, now there's a man thinking like a GM. Everyone should put their feelings aside and want Jimmy to play well because that benefits the team more now in the future in picks to surround Trey. Great point. And the future picks will help Trey and the offense and also the defense. And, if Jimmy wins and he's playing well, that means the team is doing well. And who could be mad at that if you're a 49er fan? Rams House says, did you ever catch the Flying Coach podcast when Shanahan was on? I've heard snippets of it. Haven't seen the entire thing, though. Luke says he's worrisome at times, and yeah, he's not as elite as he once was, but I'd hate to lose Gold until we can steal someone else's in free agency and overpay them to play for us. Yeah, Gold, he's 39 years old. He'll be 40 next season. He has 2 years left on his contract, including this year. I don't know how good he is 50 yards out. The last 2 years, he doesn't have a good percentage. And that's what kickers, that's where the accuracy comes in. Usually from 50 in, a lot of kickers, they're pretty successful. And Gold has shown that he has been successful. But 50 yards and out, it seems like it's 50-50 shot. Because over the last 2 years, he's only made 2 out of 8 field goals past 50 yards. So, and special teams are huge. Special teams are very, very huge. They play a big part in wins or losses. Rams House says, what do I think of Gold? I don't like him because he broke my heart last year versus your Niners. That's funny. J.A. Guayo agrees with Luke. We have to look ahead. Yep. Rams House says, not sure if I will vlog the game. It would get a lot of views. Wondering if I should just enjoy my experience. Not sure. You could always vlog the first quarter. You don't have to vlog the entire game. Or you could vlog the third quarter or the fourth quarter. But I think people would definitely tune in. I've never been to the Denver Broncos Stadium, so that would be cool to see, 49ers Ultimate Report says, I went to Candlestick Park to watch my Niners. Levi's will never be the same as a stick. I'd agree with that. It'll never be the same. Luke Luna says, enjoy it and vlog it at times. Get the best of both worlds. Rams House. Yeah, and even if you don't vlog it, take lots of pictures. You can look back on that as the first time you went to the Broncos Stadium, Coach Dante says, I will pick DeAndre Hopkins, the best receiver in football, but I know everything pretty much starts at the quarterback position, and I'm still here. Thanks for tuning in, Coach Dante. Yeah, D-Hop, he's definitely one of the best he's definitely one of the best wide receivers in the NFL, no doubt about that. Rams House says, I'd pick Fred Warner because that would really help our linebacking core. That's very true. Very true. Rams House agrees with Luke's idea. Sean T. Uber, what's good? Appreciate you joining the stream, Sean T. How is your Monday night going? J.A. Guayo says, Shanahan learned his lesson from last year when Mullins and Beathard had to play. Good night time. Yeah, and that's why Mullins and Beathard are not here. We definitely need an infusion of new talent. And, I'm happy with Trey, Jimmy, and Sudfeld. So, and do you guys really believe that Shanahan is undecided about the QB1 position, or do you think he's just playing mind games with the Detroit Lions and the rest of the NFL? Because by saying, well, I'm not going to decide who QB1 is, and I'm not even sure when he has to put that out. I don't know when he necessarily has to say who's the starting quarterback per the NFL rules. I'm not sure. Do you guys think he's really undecided about QB1? I don't think he's undecided at all. I think he knows who's going to be QB1. I just don't. When you have a veteran on the team like Jimmy, I just don't understand why you would start Trey. It doesn't really. I just feel like it benefits the team more to have someone who's played real games in the NFL against NFL defenses. He's seen, Jimmy G has seen defensive coverages. The coverages that Trey Lance has seen, it's just vanilla coverages, man. The defense is not going to put out their real coverages in preseason games. That's just not going to happen. I think putting Trey out there as a week 1 starter would be a disadvantage, would be a disservice to Trey Lance. There's no need to put him out there. You got Jimmy. He's steady. He may not be spectacular, but he definitely ain't trash. That's for sure. But I think Jimmy will be steady, and that's what this team needs. And Trey can take a few snaps in the regular season. We'll all be excited to see that. But there's no need to put this guy week 1 on the road in Detroit. Come on, man. Like, do you really want to see a rookie quarterback in that type of environment? Like, it doesn't, especially when you don't need to, when you got Jimmy. So I think Shanahan just doesn't benefit Shanahan right now to name a starting quarterback. But it is interesting how his tune has changed, because since minicamp, since training camp, Shanahan has said, "Oh, there's no quarterback competition. Jimmy G is the starter." So it's interesting how I would want to ask Shanahan, why has his decision about the quarterback 1 position changed? Because before it was only about Jimmy G is the starter. There's no quarterback competition. So why has it changed now? I mean, I guess the obvious answer is because we've seen Trey, right? That would be the obvious answer. But I don't think we've seen enough of Jimmy Garoppolo. I mean, he's had, 2 series in 2 games? Hopefully he gets more series versus the Raiders. But let me know you guys' thoughts in them comments. Let's see. Let's continue on with the comments. Rams House says, who is your favorite player that is not on the 49ers? I would say I don't have a favorite player that's not on the 49ers, but players that I like to watch. I would definitely say I like to watch Pat Mahomes because he's one of the best. I like to watch Russell Wilson when he's not playing the Niners, because he's just a magician in the pocket. Aaron Donald, obviously, he's a beast on the interior offense or interior defensive line. D-Hop, he's great to watch because he's one of the best wide receivers. Those would probably be some of the first names that come to mind. J.A. Aguayo says we have to ride it out with Robbie this year. Wisnowski, our punter, is on thin ice also. Yeah, I think we're definitely going to have to look. If we don't keep Robbie Gold, we'll see how Robbie Gold performs this year. But I definitely think he's not as accurate as he once was. He's no longer in the prime of his career, but he's 39. We wouldn't expect him to be in the prime of his career. But definitely the 49ers need to look at other options if he struggles. I think so. Livy's World, what's good? Appreciate you coming through to the stream, Livy's World. Hopefully your Monday night is going well. Thanks for continuing to support Jay in the Bay. Shanti Uber, yeah, I think we'll keep 3 quarterbacks. I think either we have 3 active quarterbacks up on game day, or one of the quarterbacks, well, Sudfeld obviously would be on the practice squad. But if we only keep 2 quarterbacks, who would take up that extra roster spot? Would Shanahan keep another wide receiver on the active roster? Would he keep another defensive lineman? Would he be, I don't know, a corner? It'd be interesting to see if Shanahan only keeps 2. But throughout Shanahan's history, he's always kept 3 quarterbacks on the active roster. So that's what I think will happen. J.A. Guayo says makes other teams have to prepare for 2 quarterbacks. Yeah, that's a great question or a great point about Shanahan being undecided. Now the Detroit Lions have to prepare for, it could be Jimmy or it could be Trey. And that, just makes it harder on the defense. So that could be why. Corey Davis says at Rams House, you can't have Fred Warner. You already have his brother. LOL. 49ers Nation, what's good? Appreciate you coming through to the stream, man. He says, thoughts on Sanu for wide receiver 3. I like Sanu. I like a combination of Sanu, Sherfield, and Jennings. If all 3 of them could play, I think we'll be good at that number 3 wide receiver spot. Sherfield has been a surprise. Sanu has been a surprise as well, especially since last year. He was not impressive in his 49er debut. But he's looking good. He's looking spry. And Sanu, I don't know who's a better blocker between Sanu, Jennings, or Sherfield, but I think that'll definitely play a part in who wins that number 3 wide receiver role. Rams House says that's true, Corey. Luke Luna says, me too. No, he already knows who's starting, regardless if Trey plays lights out. He had a plan going into this, and he's going to carry it out. He's been planning this since last year. Yeah, I don't think there's anything that Lance can do in the preseason to win the starting job. Is Lance closing the gap on the starting job? Sure. I would say so. I mean, how could he not? He's playing like triple, quadruple the snaps that Jimmy G is playing. We're seeing more of Trey Lance. We're seeing what he brings to the quarterback position. But I think Shanahan knows what he's going to get from Jimmy. It's going to be steady. And then Lance will come in, maybe 4 to 6 snaps a game and confuse the defense. Let's see. 49ers Ultimate Report says Kyle has a crazy ego, and he protected of that playbook. He is playing the media. Jimmy is starting because Kyle believes in himself. That's why Jimmy starts. Yeah, I think definitely Kyle believes in his system, and he probably feels that a lot of quarterbacks can have success because of the system. And I think Jimmy still brings value to this team. And there's a reason why he's still on this team. And I think Jimmy puts the Niners in the best position to win. Now, who knows if that continues the entire season? But I think if Jimmy plays well, you don't bench him. I don't think that would happen. Young Hitter says, have a wonderful, blessed night, Jay in the Bay. You do the same, Young Hitter. Thanks for tuning in. Have a good rest of your Monday night. Rams House says, Russell Wilson is crazy good, just mad he is in our division. Same here, bro. Same here. Let's see. Luke Luna says at 49ers Nation, Sanu, I like at 3 with Jimmy, and I like Sherfield at 3 for Trey, but Sherfield as a used weapon as well for Jimmy, 2, of course, but you can see the thought process there, right? Yeah. I think if we get contributions from, all 3 of those wide receivers, Sanu, Sherfield, and Sanu, it won't really matter who's playing the 3. But, Debo, he's already kind of banged up. I can imagine one of those 3 wide receivers I just mentioned who will probably play in Debo's spot. Obviously, we would love if Ayuk, Kittle, and Debo play all 17 games, but, I mean, I would just be shocked. I would be shocked if they played all 17 games, those 3 wide receivers, or those 3 playmakers on offense. Jay Aguayo says Shanahan has some packages for Trey. If Jimmy G falters, then he will go with Trey. That's an interesting point. I think he'll go with Trey in situations where the 49ers are blowing out an opponent. We're up by 2 or 3 touchdowns. It's in the fourth quarter. Put Trey in. And also, we'll see Trey maybe in red zone situations, maybe on third down situations. Tom Dolan, what's good? Appreciate you coming through to the stream, Tom. He says Jimmy is starting because currently he's the better option with the veteran team planning a deep playoff run. You can't start Lance unless it's an emergency. He needs development. I would agree with that. We are not a rebuilding franchise. We're not the Jets. We're not the Jags. Those 2 teams are rebuilding. There is no veteran quarterback ahead of them who's had a lot of playoff experience or even played in the Super Bowl. So they're like, okay, well, they'll ride with Zach Wilson with the Jets and Trevor Lawrence with the Jags. And with the 49ers, it's a totally different situation. We are a playoff team. We can contend for a Super Bowl. And I think that's part of the reason why we start with Jimmy. We need someone who's steady. Even though Trey has more exciting plays and all that, which is great, but I want to go with the steady quarterback. And we can sprinkle in a Scotia Trey. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Jay Aguayo says, Show Samuel, Sanu, Sherfield, Jennings, and maybe Benjamin. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see, J.A., how many wide receivers does Shanahan have on the active roster? Because I think that's a pretty good list right there. And because after Benjamin, it could be Simba Webster. He could be a player on special teams. Because I don't think Richie James, Jalen Hurd, River Craycraft will probably make the roster. I'd be shocked. But yeah, maybe Benjamin or Simba Webster. Lawrence Jackson Jr. What's good? Appreciate you joining the stream, man. Hopefully you having an excellent Sunday night, man. Thanks for tuning in to the stream. Nicho TV, what's good? Appreciate you joining the stream. He says, man, you got a late night stream. Trey looking good. Can't wait to see what happens this season. Got to get up for school tomorrow. Have a productive day at school, man. Thanks for tuning in to the stream. Yeah, I just wanted to hop on real quick, talk about the faithful, talk about the Niner Empire. But I appreciate you joining in, Nicho. Rams House says, would you rather be in an easy division like the NFC East or the hardest like ours? Might sound like a silly question, but I like being a respectable team, being battle tested. Now that's true. Being battle tested, that's a great point. But I would say I'd rather be in the NFC East. It'd be an easier chance to get to the playoffs. Like look at the New England Patriots. The last 15 years when TB12 was there, they were always playing in the easiest division. And look how much success the Patriots had. I would definitely be in the easier division. Tom Dolan says, do you think it would be smart to trade defensive line depth for draft capital prior to final cut down? That's an interesting point. I mean, who would you consider trading? Maurice Hurst, he's out for a month with a high ankle sprain. So that cuts down on the depth. Jordan Willis, who had a sack and a safety, unfortunately, he's going to be out the first 6 weeks of the season due to a PED suspension. So that's two defensive linemen who won't contribute week one. After that, we got Gibbons, we got Street, D Ford, Bosa, Armstead, Samson, DJ Jones. We still have a lot of depth, but I don't think we trade away. No. And I don't think a team would trade for depth, a depth defensive tackle. I don't see that. But no, I think we need to keep that as a strength, especially with Bosa and Ford coming back. They're going to be on snap counts. Best believe they're going to be on snap counts. They're not going to be playing 100% of the defensive snaps. And it was good to see Samson out there on Sunday. He got a sack. Armstead got a sack. But I'm concerned about Armstead with that QB rollout. Tell me if I'm wrong, faithful. When the quarterback is under center, they hike the ball. They fake it to the running back, and then they roll out. Eric Armstead has to keep outside contained because a similar play happened to Trey Lance where the defensive end kept outside contained. They were able to keep Trey Lance in the pocket. And I believe they either forced an errant throw or they sacked Trey Lance. Eric Armstead, he has to keep outside contained so that way when the quarterback rolls out, Eric Armstead will be there and the quarterback can't make a play. And they kept running that, I noticed, on Sunday against Eric Armstead. And he kept making the same mistake trying to make a play on the backside of a play instead of just keeping outside contained. So that way the quarterback can't make a play. But hopefully they work on that, in practice and watching film. Let's continue on with these comments. 49ers Ultimate Report says, I don't do predictions. 49ers Ultimate Report, I don't do predictions. But in my opinion, if Jimmy is healthy and plays average, Jimmy will be on the team for the entire 2021 season. I hope I'm right. Well, 49ers Ultimate Report, that was just a prediction. So it's okay, 49ers Ultimate Report. You do predictions. We all do predictions. It's all fun, man. No one says, you're going to be 100% right. The other person is going to be 100% wrong with their prediction, but predictions are just fun, man. And you just did a prediction. But I agree with you. If Jimmy's healthy, he doesn't turn the ball over, the team is winning, why make the change? I don't understand why Shanahan will make the change. That seems like a desperate move to make a change. Shanahan's got plenty of years left on his contract. We can ride this thing out with Jimmy, the veteran. Monica, what's good? Appreciate you joining the stream, Monica. She says, yo, what's good, Jay? A live stream when my shift just started 10 minutes ago? That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I usually don't do the live streams this late, but I'm glad I did it. You know, some new people came on tonight, and that's always a good thing. And I'm glad you guys are enjoying the stream. If you are enjoying the stream, make sure you hit the thumbs up button for the stream. Also, hit that subscribe button too. Tom Dolan says, do you think the Seahawks contract difficulties will derail their season? Well, no, I don't think so. Russell Wilson healthy, he'll always be a problem. It just seems like when their running game, with Chris Carson, if he gets hurt, it seems like their offense just isn't the same. They don't have the same balance between the run attack and the passing attack. But yeah, Russell Wilson will always be a problem. They just signed the safety Jamal Adams. I think he's got the highest safety contract ever, and I think they're working on Dwayne Brown, the left tackle's contract. So I don't think that will affect him, though. Luke Luna says, I think Benjamin can be more explosive in the pass game. I know people are hung on Webster, but what has he really shown? Benjamin has a little more, and it's him over James for me. I would agree. It's definitely Benjamin over James. I'd rather see Travis Benjamin than Richie James. I think Simba Webster can be a special teams player. And, punt return, kick return, that's where I would imagine we'd see Simba Webster. Tom Dolan says Trey will play in blowouts or if Jimmy gets hurt. I would agree with that. Let's see. Tom Dolan says maybe Kyle keeps an extra running back instead of an extra wide receiver. That could be because we got Raheem, we got Trey Sermon. Hopefully he'll be healthy by week 1. I know he's dealing with, I believe, an ankle injury. We got Wayne Gallman. We got Jermichael Hasty. So that's 4 running backs. Jeff Wilson Jr. is going to be out the first 6 weeks. Elijah Mitchell, he's dealing with a hip injury. We'll see if he makes the 53-man active roster. So that'd be interesting to see if the Niners bring in a running back, possibly to compete, because we don't know if Elijah Mitchell is going to be on the PUP list, and we don't know. We know Jeff Wilson Jr. is going to be on the PUP list for sure. But then we would only have four healthy running backs. J.A. Aguayo, Armstead is better inside, not quick enough when he has to hold on to the edge. I completely agree with you. And I appreciate Rams House says hit that like button. I appreciate it. J.A. Aguayo says the problem for the Seahawks for the past couple of years is their offensive line. I agree. And they made a trade. I think they traded for Gabe Jackson on the offensive line, so that definitely helps them out. And we'll see what other moves they have made, and let's see if they're good moves once we play them. CG Ruthless Sports, what's good? Appreciate you joining the stream, CG. How is your Monday night going? Luke Luna says it has just been drawing for some appointments and hanging with my boy Jay in the Bay. I'm glad you're enjoying the show, Luke. 49ers Ultimate Report says Jay in the Bay. When predictions don't come true, I jinx our team if I make analysis, and that's all good, man. I don't believe in jinx. If I say the Niners or go 12-5 and they go 11-6, I don't think I jinx them. I just think, hey, they just won 11 games this year. It's all fun and games. 49ers Ultimate Report. Shout out to Luke Luna, 99-cent super sticker. I appreciate that, man. Thanks for tuning into the stream. I'm glad you guys are enjoying the stream. Let's see. So shout out to Luke. Shout out to, I think, Corey Davis. Shout out to Blue True. Shout out to 49ers Ultimate Report 2 times. For the super chat, I appreciate you guys going above and beyond, supporting Jay in the Bay. I appreciate it. And looks like Luke got another super sticker. I appreciate that, man. You guys are too kind. I definitely appreciate that. I'm glad you guys joined me on the stream tonight on a Monday night. Hopefully everyone has a productive work week. Shout out to everyone watching Jay in the Bay Facebook, the Spotlight Sports Network Facebook, and, of course, Jay in the Bay YouTube channel. Let's see. Rams House says you deserve it. I appreciate that, man. J.A. Aguayo says I am interested in how many tight ends we keep. I really like Matthews, but I think the numbers game will get him. That's a good point about the tight ends. Obviously, we got Kittle. He hasn't played in the first 2 preseason games. That's definitely understandable. Charlie Warner, he's looked solid. I think he looks like a solid tight end, Charlie Warner. Michael Pruitt, he's been dealing with the calf injury for most of the training camp and preseason, but he was in the game yesterday. I didn't see much from him, but he's just coming back from injury. We got Jordan Matthews, and I think that's it. Kittle, Warner, Matthews, and Michael Pruitt. I think that's it. We might have one more tight end, but yeah, I don't think there's no way we keep 5 tight ends on the active roster. Maybe we'll keep 3, and it'll probably be Kittle, Warner, and then it'll be up between. Who do you want? Do you want the better blocker in Michael Pruitt, or do you rather have the better receiver in Jordan Matthews? Or maybe they could stash one of those players on the practice squad. Rams House says, let's grind through the work week. Absolutely. And Monica, yes, we are here on a Monday. That's right. Let's see. Tom Dolan says, do you think the Ohio State rookie linebacker Hilliard makes the final cut down? So after Warner and Greenlaw, there's still Al Shahir, Flanagan Fowles, and then there's Hilliard. Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. And then you still got Michael Kendricks, but he just had the turf toe, so he's going to be out for a month. Maybe Hilliard gets on the practice squad. That's what I think. I think maybe Hilliard gets on the practice squad. Big Play Slay, what's good? Appreciate you coming through to the stream, Big Play Slay. Thanks for tuning in. CG Ruthless Sports says Charlie Warner makes the team because he blocks better, unlimited potential as a receiver tight end. I agree. I think he looks solid so far in the preseason. J.A. Aguayo, I appreciate that, man. He says, just because you give us great team info. I appreciate that, J.A. Aguayo, for that $5 super chat. I appreciate that. Thanks for contributing to Jay in the Bay. And also Blue True with a $3 super sticker. I appreciate that as well, Blue True. You guys are too kind, and your generosity will not go unnoticed. I appreciate that. And 49ers Ultimate Report giving us an update with the likes. If you are in the stream and you haven't liked it yet, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button and let YouTube and I know that you're enjoying the stream. Let's see. Corey Davis. Oh, yeah, I forgot. How could I forget Dwelly? How could I forget Ross Dwelly? So we got Kittle, Warner, Dwelly, Michael Pruitt, Jordan Matthews. Yeah. Unfortunately, there's going to be 1 or 2 odd men out. I would be surprised if we keep more than 3 tight ends. I would be surprised. Most likely it's going to be Kittle, Dwelly, and Warner, right? Most likely. And I think Jordan Matthews could be good. Maybe they'll keep an extra tight end. Maybe they'll keep Jordan Matthews or Pruitt, one of those 2. But I think Jordan Matthews, I think he could be a good receiver as a tight end, but they haven't really used him in the preseason. They haven't really used him in the preseason yet. Big Play Slay, what's good? I appreciate that, Big Play Slay. CG Ruthless says, hopefully we keep Matthews because he is a good receiver. I agree. I think he could be a good receiver for the 49ers, but it's a numbers game. We'll see. Let's see. The Iraq Quivit 503. What's good? I appreciate you joining the stream. He says, I keep hearing that Trey needs to develop, but how does he do that holding a clipboard and not getting some action? And maybe your name is the Ira Quivit 503. Maybe that's the name. I think quarterbacks can develop their skills, of course, by practicing the game, going through the motions in practice, in games. But also they can learn by holding a clipboard. They can learn more of the playbook. And for this team, we are a team that can go to the playoffs. We are a team that can potentially go to the Super Bowl. I don't think we need to put Trey Lance in that situation just yet when we have Jimmy G ready and available to compete and to play one of his best seasons ever. there are plenty of quarterbacks who did not start their rookie year. Pat Mahomes sat behind Alex Smith. We know Aaron Rodgers sat behind, Brett Favre. And of course, there are some examples of some quarterbacks who are playing well. Joe Burrow and Justin Herbert. Burrow, he's playing on a rebuilding franchise. There was no veteran quarterback in front of Burrow. So, yeah, go ahead, throw the rookie out there, see what you can do. Herbert got in, fluke injury, or fluke happened to Tyrod Taylor, and that's how Justin Herbert got in as a starting quarterback. So, I think Trey can develop, and he can still learn from holding a clipboard, and he will get in some action. Shanahan said he's going to sprinkle in a skosh of Trey Lance in the regular season, so he will get some action. And looks like 49ers Ultimate Report, $2. He says, I'm happy everyone is donating. I appreciate that, man. That $2 super chat, 49ers Ultimate Report. I appreciate that. And I appreciate all the donations as well. Let's see. CG says, I like Josh Hokett, but he will get cut because we got juice. Yeah. I don't think we'll have two fullbacks on the roster. Shout out to KD for that $3 super ticket. $3 super sticker. $3 super sticker. I appreciate that, man. You guys are too kind, too generous. Let's see. Luke Luna also with a $2 super sticker. Appreciate that. Let's see. Monica says, whoever it was that gave Jay the Bay video yesterday a thumbs down, about to catch these hands. That's funny. CG Ruthless. I think it's the Pat Mahomes situation. I think it could be. There's no need to rush him. We have a veteran quarterback there. I know everyone wants to see the new toy in Trey Lance, but I think we'll be fine if he sits. And I agree with what CG says. There's no rush. No need to rush Trey Lance. Tom Dolan says Trey develops holding a clipboard because he plays scout quarterback when they practice, and he's trailing Kyle on Sunday, learning about what's expected. See Mahomes and Rodgers when they began, absolutely. And Trey, I know he's looked good in the preseason, but he's not playing against actual NFL defenses. And what I mean is the plays that he sees are vanilla. He's not going to be seeing the same plays run on defense. There's going to be more blitzes. There's going to be defensive coordinators who disguise their coverages more. And he hasn't seen that. Jimmy has. So why put a novice in there when we have a veteran, Jimmy, who's seen defensive coverages? He knows how to play the position at a high level, and he's a winning quarterback. Let's see. JA says if they keep two quarterbacks, maybe keep Matthews. The greater the team, the harder the roster cuts. Absolutely. And I think Matthews, I just want to see more of Matthews. I haven't really seen him get too many catches. So I would love to see that. CG Ruthless says maybe he gets some Taysom Hill packages. That's a possibility. Tom Dolan says Pruitt gets cut tomorrow. That's definitely a possibility. He's dealt with the calf injury, and he just got into preseason game yesterday. Luke Luna, I appreciate that, man. He says, happy to donate to the cause because you always keep it solid and level-headed. I appreciate that. Did Josh Rosen get signed by the ATL Falcons? Great point by 49ers Ultimate Report. TB12 did sit, but TB12, he was a 6th-round pick, so this is a little bit different, but I definitely understand your point. Tom Dolan says, I think when the season starts, Kyle will unveil an offensive package for Warner. We'll see. I hope they force feed Kittle, man. Give Kittle the ball. He's unguardable. Let's see. CG Ruthless says, I like Jordan Matthews to be our Jordan Reed. That's definitely a possibility. And I wish Jordan Reed could have stayed a lot longer. I wish we could have saw that Kittle and Reed connection. But shout out to everyone that was conversing with me in the chats. Shout out to everyone who gave a super chat or a super sticker. KD, Luke Luna, Blue True, 49ers Ultimate Report. Let's see. Who else? I think I said KD. Luke Luna did a few times. I know Blue True did. J.A. Aguayo, 49ers Ultimate Report did a few times. Corey Davis. So, yeah, I appreciate all the support. I think I'm going to end the stream. Let's see. We got a few more comments. Let's see. CG says, red zone threat. We can use Jordan Matthews. Absolutely. Absolutely. KD says, did you see Justin Field get hit? Yeah. He definitely did not see that blitz coming. The edge rusher came in unblocked, and yeah, he definitely took it out on Justin Fields. That was a welcome to the NFL hit for sure. Tom Dolan says, pretty good situation when we're thinking about fourth string tight ends. I know, right? Appreciate you too, Rams House. Appreciate you, man. And shout out to CG Ruthless. He's on his way to get 4K hours. If you haven't checked out CG Ruthless, go ahead, check out his channel. Check out his vids. He's almost at 4K hours, man. And you're almost getting monetized, man. That's a huge accomplishment. Luke Luna says, I've given some videos a thumbs down if I don't like them, like the short videos of people talking down on our quarterback. That's getting a thumbs down. Thumbs downs isn't for the channel, okay? And stay blessed to you as well, J.A. Aguayo. And I appreciate everyone tuning in to the stream on a Monday night. Monica says, pleasure to be with you as always, Jay. Absolutely. The feelings are mutual. Shout out to everyone who is in the stream. Shout out to all the super chats. I will be having a guest this Thursday. You guys will see the thumbnail sooner than later. And that will be with the 49er fan. And we'll talk about the Niners and Raiders game, what we expect. And Blue True says, go CG. You got it. Tom Dolan says, I think Trey is an ideal situation to be protected and developed properly. Absolutely. No need to rush Trey. Have a good night to you as well, KD. And hopefully everyone has a productive work week. And I will see you guys in the next stream. Thanks for watching your boy, Jay in the Bay. I'll see you guys in the next one. Go Niners. And looks like Luke Luna has a question. He says, who do you think could be a tough cut on defense, like a guy we do not want to lose, but we have no choice, like maybe Streets or someone? Let's see. That's a good question. In our secondary, like the safeties, I think obviously Jimmy Ward's safe. Tavon Wilson is safe. I think Ha would be safe. Obviously Hufanga. The corners, I think maybe a few of our veteran corners probably could get cut because I think we'll probably keep obviously Kwan, Verrett, Mosley, Lenore, and Thomas, and then we'll see how many corners will stay on the active roster. Maybe a sixth corner would stay. I mean, we got to have at least 4 linebackers on the roster, so there's going to be at least one player cut from that group, or maybe even 2. Defensive linemen, I think you got to keep at least 8. I think that's going to be a group on the defense that has the most players besides the corners. The defensive linemen, you got to have at least 8 because you got Ford, you got Bosa, you got Samson, you got Armstead, you got Kinlaw, you got Jones. That's already 6. And then you still got Kerr, Hurst, Streets, and Gibbons. So maybe they cut one player from the defensive line. But, yeah, defensive line, you got to have at least 8. Monica says, everyone have a good rest of your night. Absolutely, you do the same. Luke Luna says, someone in the trenches we will lose. We don't want to because we have so many good players there. Yeah, maybe one player will get stashed on the practice squad, maybe. But everyone have a good night. Go Niners. Thanks for watching your boy, Jay in the Bay. See you guys in the